You with me? But there's only a couple of new things we need to discuss. So let's talk about inequalities with variables on both sides. I don't feel like writing all that out, so I'm going to read. All right, let's start with something fairly simple. Let's try this one. No, that's too easy. Ah, this one's easy. Okay, somebody take a look at this first example and tell me what's different as opposed to equations, which is what we just did on the warm-up. What's new, Isaiah?
The crocodile is in the
Say that again?
The crocodile mouth in the middle.
Yeah, we no longer have an equal sign. You'll agree? We have one of our 5 inequality symbols. Here they are. Write them down. What is this symbol that faces to the points to the left? That is less than. What is this symbol that points to the right? Greater than. What is this symbol that points to the right and has a line under it? Brady?
Less or equal.
Try again.
Oh wait, greater or equal.
Greater than or equal to. What is the symbol that points to the left with a line under it?
Less than or equal to.
Less than or equal to. And here's one you may or may not have seen before. It's an equal to with a slash to it. What is that? So,
Not equal.
Not equal to. So, today, we are still going to be solving equations, except they're not going to be equations because they're going to take out the equal sign and put one of those 5 inequality symbols in place of it. Are you with me? Let me show you an easy way to remember them. Everybody hold up your left hand. If you hold your left hand like this, your fingers make one of those symbols. Are you with me? Which one does your left hand make? Less than. Your left hand starts with the letter L. Are you with me? And less than starts with the letter L. Your left is always less. Are you with me? Your right hand always makes the greater than symbol. And here's another way to remember it. Aren't there more right-handed people in the world than left-handed? So the right-handed people are greater than the left-handed people. Greater in numbers. Are you with me? Who's left-handed in here? See what I mean? Out of 20-something kids, we only have one left-handed. We have a lot more right-handed people than left. So right-handed is always the greater number. Always will be. I don't know why. Just genes. Ask your science teacher why. Why are there less left-handed people than right-handed? Yeah, well, once you get another one, we'll get it. Next year maybe. All right, so let's solve this. Here's the good news. The rules have not changed, except I'm going to add one little tidbit to it. Are you with me? Here's some advice. When we're doing inequalities, I always move the number or the B from the right to the left. Always. I'll tell you why in a minute. Move your X to the left. You'll see why I'm doing that in just a second. So I'm going to draw my line. Which B is on the right, Andrew?
Negative B?
Yep, let's move negative B over here to the left. How could I do? Add B. Add B. What's B plus B?
2B.
2B, or not 2B. Less than negative 13. That turns into 0. All right. What would you do next? Who have I not called on yet today? Aiden. What would you get rid of next? We're trying to get B by itself. Yeah, how would you get rid of the 1? Yep, me too. And now we get 2B is less than negative 14. Let's keep going. What would you do last? Addie Jones. Divide by what?
2.
Yes, ma'am. Not 2B, just 2. Divide by 2, divide by 2, and we have our answer. B is any number that is less than negative 7. All right, so move the x to the left, and then step 2, solve it like you know how to solve it. Get B all by itself. Now there's a third step anytime that we have inequalities. This is different than an equation. On the warm-up, there was only one answer that works. N has to be the number 1. In an inequality, there's a bunch of answers that could work. Because if we read this, it says B can be any number that is smaller than negative 7. Well, there's a bunch of numbers that are smaller than negative 7. Negative 8 is, negative 9 is, negative 10 is, negative 11 is, all the way to negative infinity. Are you with me? So there's a third step on inequalities. We need to graph it on the number line. Are you with me? So let's make a number line. Always show me where 0 is on your number line. Where would negative 7 be on the number line? To the left of 0 or to the right? To the left. You don't have to write all the numbers in between. Are you with me? So just show me where negative 7 is. And then let's make up a little key over here. Because you're going to have to put a circle above negative 7. And the circle might be an open circle, or it might need to be filled in. If it's greater than or less than, we need an open circle. Are you with me? Write it on your answer. If it's greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, those circles are closed in. Fill them in. And then if it's not equal to, that is also an open circle. So here's an easy way to remember that. The circle's open unless it's got the bar under it. Does that make sense? If it's got the bar under it, those two are the only ones that are closed. If it doesn't have the bar under it, that's an open circle, open circle, open circle. What kind of circle do I need here? Open circle above negative 7. And then we need to shade an arrow showing all the numbers that could work. Would less than negative 7 be to the left or to the right? Left. So put a little arrow going to the left. And there is our first example, worked 100% to the correctness. It's not very good English, but oh well. That's why I don't teach English. Questions? I'll give you a hint. Is anybody wondering why I like B to be on the left? Any questions? Any questions? We haven't done this in a long time, have we? Any questions? Boy, their memories they disappear. Sadie, were you thinking of a question? Any questions? Any questions? Yes, Miss Jones.
Why do we move the X to
Great question. I was waiting. Yeah. All right. The first thing should have been, okay, why does he want me to move it to the left? What would happen if I move it to the right? Well, we always read an inequality from left to right. Are you with me? I always want my X or my B or my Q or whatever letter they've got. I want it to be first because I want to know what numbers are the solution. The answers are smaller than negative 7. Here's the other reason. Here's the main reason I like to move it to the left. If you end up with B on the left, do you see the arrow is pointing to the left? That's the way you always shade. Are you with me? So less always goes to the left. Greater than always goes to the right. That's the main reason I like for the B or the X to be on the left, because now my arrow tells me which way to shade the arrow on my graph. Does that make sense? Questions? Let's do another one. Let's try this one. 1 plus 3b. Now let's do x. 1 plus 3x is greater than or equal to 1 plus 7x plus 8x. Let's solve this bad boy. All right, Clover, what do you want to do first?
I put X's on the right.
Good. Do y'all agree with Clover that we can add these two x's on the right together?
Yes.
What do they add up to?
15.
15. So I'm going to change the right side to 1 plus 15x. Sweet. Thank you, Clover. All right, which x do you want to move? Kaylee, do you want to move the 3x over to the right, or do you want to move the 15x over to the left?
3X.
You want to move the 3x? So you just feel like being a rebel today? Because what did Mr. Murphy's advice say?
Oh, sorry. 15.
Yeah, let's move the 15 from the right to the left. Now, Kaylee, you can still get it right if you move that one over there, but good luck. You're probably going to miss the graph, would be my guess. So let's take my advice and subtract 15x. All right, let's do a little math. We didn't change the 1. What's 3x minus 15x? Good. Don't forget the negative 12. Are you with me? That's 0. What's left over here? 1. All right. What do y'all want to do next? Oh, this one turns out to be a decimal. Oh, well. What? Subtract the 1, Aiden says. I agree. Oh, no, it doesn't. Never mind. I lied. So we now have negative 12x is greater than or equal to 0. What do we do next, Ulysses?
Divide by -12.
Good. Divide by negative 12. And what number does x turn out to be? 0. Are y'all with me? All right, so let's graph that. X is 0. Is it going to be an open circle or a closed? Closed. If it's got the bar under it, those are the only time it's closed. So we need a closed circle above 0. And which way am I going to shade? To the right or to the left, according to this inequality? To the right? Isn't that arrow pointing to the right? So we need to shade this direction. Any questions? We just missed this problem. Can anybody tell me where we missed it? Something is wrong. I'm going to give you a hint. We do not shade to the right on this one. We shade to the left. But here's my question. Why? Anybody know why we actually shade left? Because I think Mr. Murphree just told you, whatever direction the arrow is pointing is the way you shade. Didn't I just say that? So did I lie to you? No, I didn't lie. So I'm going to give you a hint. The answer is not this. It's actually this. Because I didn't lie. The arrow should be pointing to the left, and the graph should be going to the left. Now, our answer is correct, and our graph is correct. Are there any questions? Ready?
Why did you switch them?
Thank you. That should have been the first question you asked. Okay, do y'all notice right here, to get rid of the negative 12, didn't Ulysses tell me we had to divide by negative 12?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
All right, that triggers a rule. I'm going to erase all this. Hopefully you've got it in your notes. And this rule only applies to inequalities. Put a star by it. If you multiply or divide an inequality by a negative number, that is numbered, that is not hashtag. Are you with me? You must flip the sign. So right here, when we divide it by a negative 12, it is no longer greater than or equal to. We have to flip it and make it less than or equal to. The sign changes from here to here because we divided by that negative number. So now the graph should have been going to the left. And now everything is correct. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? The record player is stuck. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? You're cutting into your homework time.
Somebody asked a question.
Any questions? Why what? It's a good start. Any questions? The record is not changing until. Any questions? Paul.
Why just the negative number?
Okay. You should be saying, why does this rule make me flip the sign? That's the first thing you should have said. Anytime a teacher gives you a rule, see, y'all are trained to just follow the rules and do exactly what the teacher says. Are you with me? You're supposed to question me. Why do I need to do that? Does it matter? Are you with me? What if I forget? Well, you're going to get it wrong if you forget. But here's the reason why. You want to know why this rule is a rule? It's a very simple proof. Let's start with a true statement. 1 is less than 2. We all agree that 1 really is less than 2. That's a true statement. Are you with me? I'm going to apply this rule and multiply both sides by negative 2. Are you with me? So I'm going to multiply this side times negative 2. Let's multiply this side times negative 2. Let's see what happens when I multiply it by a negative 2. What's negative 2 times 1? Negative 2. What's 2 times negative 2?
Negative 4.
Negative 4. Is this number still smaller than that number? No. It's actually what now? It's actually bigger. And I'll prove it on the number line and you'll see exactly what happens. This is the best proof. We started with 1 right here. Oh, that's 0. Being smaller than 2. So 1 is less than 2. There's my original statement. Are you with me? When I multiply it by a negative 2, 1 goes from 1 to negative 2. It is now here. 2, when I multiply it by negative 2, it jumps over and goes over here to negative 4. So what happened on the number line? The one that was on the left goes over here. Where is it now? Hello? Hello? Hold up. We're talking left and right. Let's go back. This is not hard. No, 1 was on the left side of 2. Do y'all agree? Are y'all awake today? Are your brains working? This is simple. Second grader could answer that question. When we multiply by negative 2, it goes to here. Where is it now? Hold on. That's to the left of this number. Are you with me? Once I move it over here and move this one over here, where is negative or positive 1? It's now on the right side. Lord have mercy. Left, right. Left, right. The one that was smaller over here, when I move it over here, is now to the right of it. That means it is now bigger than the one on the left. For you people that never learned the number line in 3rd grade or whenever you learned this. So that happens every time you multiply or divide by a negative. Are you with me? The number that's bigger over here goes to the other side and becomes smaller over here. Are you with me? The number that was smaller over here goes over here and is now bigger than the other number. It's to the right of it. Questions? Boy, those notes took like 10 minutes longer than they should have. Sorry, you got less time for your homework. Congratulations.